Hey friends, welcome to today's video. My name's Stephanie, and today I'm going to be sharing some of my best polishes in my collection to celebrate Lunar New Year. So I'm actually a little bit late to starting the celebrations because Lunar New Year started on January 29th of this year, but the good news is that it lasts for 2 whole weeks, so there's still plenty of time to celebrate. If you don't know, Lunar New Year is actually a festival that's meant to celebrate the start of the new year according to the lunar calendar. So the dates do change from year to year, but it's basically to celebrate the coming of spring, which is why it's also called a Spring Festival in China. So anyway, I will talk a little bit more at the end. For now, let me just show you some of my best polishes. The first polish I have is Cirque Color's Mãi Mãi, which is this absolutely stunning red jelly base that's packed with gold shimmer and a ton of holographic sparkle. Cirque usually releases a Lunar New Year polish, but they actually didn't make one for this year, so I'm showing last year's, which is one of my top favorites. Mãi Mãi is Vietnamese for forever, which is meant to represent the legacies and stories of the Vietnamese community. This was one of their do-good charity polishes that supported Vietnamese boat people. So while this polish isn't around, I can still have the organization linked down below if you do want to learn more. I think this is just such a gorgeous polish, and all of that sparkle really gives it a celebratory vibe. Next up, I have Cirque's Lucky Jelly, which is a true red jelly polish. This was actually another previous Lunar New Year release, but thankfully this one is a part of their permanent jelly catalog. It's such a gorgeous, bright shade of red, which represents fire and vitality in Chinese traditions. You might be familiar with the red envelopes filled with money that are gifted during the Lunar New Year, meant to symbolize bringing good luck and prosperity for the coming year. So you obviously can wear whatever red you have, but I figured to really lean into the energy of wealth and prosperity, I might as well share Louboutin Rouge, which is the most expensive polish in my collection, costing a whopping $50. I know I've mentioned before that I'm not really the target demographic for luxury brands, but this bottle is such a statement piece. I obviously also had to feature some gold polishes since they also represent wealth and good fortune, and what better gold than Cirque's Au, which contains real 23K gold flakes. This is another bougie polish in my collection, costing $48. Can you believe it's only $2 less than the Louboutin? So naturally, I had to pair them together to make this iconic, expensive pairing, which I feel like is so perfect to celebrate Lunar New Year. I also have Static Nails 24K, which is another gold polish, this time in a more metallic, microflake kind of finish. I absolutely love the tone of this one. Golds I feel like can be so tricky for me sometimes because they can either look too antique-y or brash, but I think this one is absolutely stunning, whether it's on its own as an accent nail, or it could be used as the perfect accent or detail color in nail art, which you may have seen me share earlier this week on Instagram. Next, I have a couple of greens to share. The first one is Mooncat's Serpents of Eden, which is this absolutely stunning medium green shimmer polish. I don't think I mentioned it, but 2025 is the year of the snake, which I know a lot of people might be afraid of, but they represent qualities like wisdom, elegance, and transformation. Snakes are often quiet and mysterious, but very observant and intelligent too, so you might have some of those qualities yourself if you were born in the year of the snake. Although I'm born in the year of the monkey, 2025 is apparently going to be a very lucky year for me, so I absolutely welcome it. And the other green that I have is ILNP's Good Fortune, which came out in a New Year's Eve collection a few years ago. And while it is technically a few months before the Lunar New Year, it still absolutely fits. Green is obviously very reminiscent of money, so it ties back into the themes of wealth, abundance, and good luck. And again, the name for this one being Good Fortune, it just was a perfect match. Funny enough though, this was one of those polishes that was sitting in my D-stash pile, and I just had to pull it out because it was too perfect for the theme of this video. The next polish I have is Ave Tang, which is a bright tangerine cream that I chose to represent actual tangerines or oranges that are commonly gifted during Lunar New Year. These type of citrus fruits are considered to be lucky since phonetically their names in Chinese are homophones for words like good luck or gold. There are obviously a lot of other foods had during Lunar New Year, but when it comes to finding a perfect nail polish match, this one was the best that I had to feature. The next polish I have is Ave Peony, which is this really delicate petal pink cream. As you might know from my birth month series, flowers hold special meanings as well, and peonies are known to be the national flower of China, so they're commonly either gifted or used for decorations and bouquets for Lunar New Year. Peonies can obviously come in a lot more vibrant colors, but I thought this soft shade could also perfectly match those super delicate early cherry blossom blooms. And last but certainly not least, I have ILNP's Cityscape, which is this black jelly base with holographic flakes. So I wanted to include this one since as I was reading about it being the year of the snake, apparently black is one of the snake's lucky colors. So I thought Cityscape was the perfect pick, not only because it is so beautiful, but the name also just invoked this image of seeing a beautiful cityscape lit up at night, probably from a penthouse or other luxury high-rise. So that wraps up my best polishes to celebrate Lunar New Year. As always, I can't wait to hear what you think of my lineup, especially if you celebrate Lunar New Year yourself. Obviously, there is so much beautiful depth and history to this holiday that I feel like I couldn't really capture through a lot of nail polishes, but at least on like a surface level, I guess, I still am very happy with these shades that I picked out. If you do want to learn more, especially about like the food and art, I will have a link in the description box. But yeah, I do hope that you have a happy Lunar New Year if you're celebrating, and even if you don't, I hope that you like the video and make sure to let me know any and all thoughts that you have down below so we can chat about it. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!